Today our topic is the problem of evil. Can it ever be solved? The problem of evil is one of the oldest and most difficult questions in philosophy and religion. It asks how evil can exist in a world created by an all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-good God. If God is good, why is there suffering, pain, and injustice? If God is powerful, why doesn't he stop evil? If God is all-knowing, why does he allow bad things to happen? These questions have troubled people for thousands of years, and they still do today. Let's explore this problem and see if we can find any answers or ways to think about it. First, let's define what we mean by evil. Evil can be divided into two types: moral evil and natural evil. Moral evil is the evil caused by human actions, like war, violence, theft, or lying. Natural evil is the suffering caused by nature, like earthquakes, diseases, or floods. Both types of evil raise difficult questions about the nature of the world and the role of God or higher powers in it. One of the most famous responses to the problem of evil comes from the philosopher and theologian Augustine. He argued that evil is not a thing created by God, but rather the absence of good. Just as darkness is the absence of light, evil is the absence of good. According to Augustine, God created the world perfectly good, but evil entered the world when humans misused their free will. Free will is the ability to choose between good and bad actions. Without free will, humans would not be able to truly love or do good, because love and goodness require the freedom to choose. But with free will comes the possibility of choosing evil. Augustine believed that evil is the price we pay for having free will. This idea is called the free will defense. Another response comes from the philosopher Leibniz, who said that we live in the best of all possible worlds. He argued that God, being all-powerful and all-good, created the best possible world, but even the best world must have some evil in it. Why? Because a world without evil might lack certain goods that make life meaningful. For example, courage is only possible in the face of danger, and forgiveness is only possible when someone has done wrong. Leibniz believed that evil serves a greater purpose, even if we can't always see it. Some people find comfort in the idea that suffering can lead to personal growth. This is called the soul-making theodicy, developed by the philosopher Hick. He argued that suffering and challenges help us grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Just as a muscle grows stronger through exercise, our character grows stronger through facing difficulties. Without suffering, we might never develop virtues like patience, courage, or empathy. Hick believed that evil is a necessary part of our journey toward becoming better people. But not everyone finds these answers satisfying. Some people argue that the existence of evil, especially extreme suffering, is evidence against the existence of an all-powerful and all-good God. This is called the argument from evil. For example, why would an all-good God allow innocent children to suffer? Why would he allow natural disasters that kill thousands of people? These questions are very hard to answer, and they have led many people to doubt the existence of God or to question his nature. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a different way to think about evil and suffering. The Stoics believe that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. They taught that evil and suffering are part of the natural order of the world, and we should accept them without complaint. Instead of trying to avoid suffering, we should focus on developing inner strength and resilience. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from within, and that we can find peace even in the face of great difficulties. This philosophy encourages us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Another perspective comes from Buddhism, which teaches that suffering is a natural part of life. According to Buddhism, the root of suffering is desire and attachment. When we want things to be different than they are, we suffer. The way to end suffering is to let go of desire and accept life as it is. This doesn't mean we should give up or stop trying to improve the world, but it means we should not be attached to the results. Buddhism teaches that by practicing mindfulness and compassion, we can find peace even in a world full of suffering. Some people believe that the problem of evil cannot be solved by reason alone. They think that faith is necessary to make sense of suffering. For example, in Christianity, the story of Jesus' suffering and resurrection is seen as a way to give meaning to human suffering. Christians believe that God understands our pain because he experienced it himself in the form of Jesus. They also believe that evil and suffering will one day be overcome, and there will be a final victory of good over evil. Others take a more practical approach to the problem of evil. Instead of trying to explain why evil exists, they focus on fighting it. Many people believe that we have a moral duty to reduce suffering and make the world a better place. This can mean helping others, standing up for justice, or working to prevent natural disasters. By taking action, we can give meaning to our lives and make a positive difference in the world. Science also offers some answers to the problem of evil. For example, natural disasters can be explained by the laws of physics and geology. Diseases can be explained by biology and medicine. While science doesn't explain why these things happen in a moral sense, it can help us understand them and take steps to prevent or reduce suffering. For example, we can build stronger buildings to withstand earthquakes, or we can develop vaccines to prevent diseases. In the end, the problem of evil may never be fully solved. It is a mystery that has puzzled people for centuries, and it will likely continue to do so. But even if we can't find a complete answer, we can still find ways to live meaningful and fulfilling lives in the face of evil and suffering. We can choose to focus on what we can control, to help others, and to grow stronger through our challenges. We can also find comfort in the idea that we are not alone in our struggles, and that others have faced similar difficulties and found ways to overcome them. The problem of evil reminds us that life is not always easy or fair, but it also shows us the strength of the human spirit. Throughout history, people have faced incredible challenges and found ways to survive, grow, and even thrive. By learning from their examples, we can find hope and inspiration to face our own struggles. Whether we find answers in philosophy, religion, or personal experience, the most important thing is to keep asking questions and searching for meaning. The problem of evil may never be fully solved, but by facing it with courage and compassion, we can find ways to live meaningful lives and make the world a little better.